Alright, so we have the full spoilers for One Piece chapter 1113 titled Stalemate. And for the color spread this week titled The King is a Fighting Piece, Nico Robin is playing chess and all of the chess pieces on the chessboard are the rest of the Straw Hats. The pawns are Chopper and it's 7 different versions of him wearing knight's armor. The rooks are Frankie and Jinbei, the knights are Zoro and Sanji, the bishops are Brook and Usopp, Queen, Nami, and the king is Luffy in Gear 5. And the chapter starts where the last one ended, and what Mars actually saw was Vegapunk's gigantic head, and it still has the hair on it. And Mars is there questioning to himself, so this thing is still alive after you were gone. What exactly is death? Where does the consciousness reside? Is this you, Vegapunk? Questioning if the brain itself is Vegapunk. And then Mars steps on the Den Den Mushi that he thought was the thing controlling the live stream, but no, it was a fake one. It was just a regular Den Den Mushi, and Mars starts to panic because Vegapunk just faked them out and hid the real one. And now we see people all over the world are waiting for Vegapunk's message. In Syrup Village, we can see Kaya, Mary, Ninjin, Paimon? My bad, Genshin brain rot. I don't know these people. But they are discussing Vegapunk and his impact on the medical world. In the Twin Cape Lighthouse, Crocus is listening in on Vegapunk's message with Laboon. And in Baltimore, a old man mentions that Frankie has become a ship now because he was fooled by the bouncy poster. We see reactions to in Sereno Kingdom, Hachi no Su. We just see reactions of random pirates and not from anyone in the Blackbeard crew and other islands. And the time is up for the broadcast. Vegapunk starts speaking and Mars communicates with the other Gorosei. And Mars says, I have no idea what Vegapunk is about to say, but it's a high possibility that he intends to get revenge for Clover and O'Hara. So he's thinking that he's just about to reveal the name of the ancient kingdom. And then cut to Bonnie's group. Sanji arrives in time and kicks Nusjuro in the face. A little pat on the back to me as a Sanji stan. I know when Sanji is about to appear female in danger, you know Sanji's there. Then Nusjuro turns into his Bakotsu form and bites Sanji, but Oimi and Kashi restrain Nusjuro from both sides, and Bonnie turns into her giant future form and stomps Nusjuro. And then back to the broadcast with Vegapunk's message. Vegapunk explains that he has committed 2 great sins, but he doesn't say what the sins are in this chapter, meaning he will end up captured or killed. For that reason, he sets his broadcast to start when his heart stops beating. And then we cut to the reactions from people all over the world to Vegapunk's death. We see Caesar and Judge in the German kingdom, and Caesar is crying, saying that he worked so hard to bring Vegapunk down, but he's dead now. Near Sawa Odi, we can see Duval's base, and he is confused about why Vegapunk is dead when the news this morning was just saying that he's Straw Hat's hostage. Hopefully they don't think that Luffy killed him. Well, obviously they probably don't, but hopefully, you know, because it's kind of iffy that they said he was a hostage and then he died. And then in the World Economy newspaper headquarters, we can see Morgan's, and he is livid. He's angry, and it's for good reason. Morgan says this kind of broadcast will end the newspaper business, which is true because you don't need newspapers if you could just broadcast the news. Who uses newspapers nowadays? No one. You just look at the news on the TV. And while we're seeing all these characters and their reactions, we continue with Vegapunk's message. And Vegapunk says whoever ends up killing him, he doesn't blame them. As for being evil, he will not label anyone whether they're good or evil since he doesn't understand him enough to do so. Him referring to whoever kills him. So he doesn't understand who would kill him good enough to gauge whether they're evil. And it's kind of crazy that Kizaru was the one that killed him. And we know that Kizaru isn't really evil. He's kind of morally gray because he kind of cared about Vegapunk and he's kind of distraught about it right now. And hopefully he's hearing this and he can kind of get some closure in knowing that Vegapunk doesn't really blame him for killing him. And then we cut to Nami's group and Saturn reaches the cloud where they are. Robin hears his voice and becomes frozen in shock because she recognizes his voice from when she heard it in O'Hara, and we see a little flashback moment. And Saturn says, Nico Robin, the woman that Akainu failed to wipe out, and Nami screams to everyone to protect Robin. And Brook cuts off one of Saturn's legs immediately. Usopp is shooting a bunch of explosive bullets. Nami pulls away Robin while she uses Zeus to block Saturn's leg, and Chopper uses guard point to protect them all. Oh my god, the weekly trio actually putting in work against one of the strongest combatants on the island right now. There is no Luffy, no Zoro, and Jinbei in this chapter. And then we cut to Mars again, and he's talking with the other Gorosei about what they should do now, what they should do. And Mars questions what would happen if he destroys the power plant, and Saturn is saying, don't do it. It would be very careless if that ends up wiping out all the battleships and soldiers surrounding owning the island. And Top Man says it would mean that no one would ever be able to create another Mother Flame. And the chapter ends with these Vegapunk's shocking words while we have a view of the sea and a small egghead island in the distance. Vegapunk says, "What I'm about to say may sound absurd. Many will laugh at me, but everyone has the right to know. Let's begin with the conclusion. This world will sink into the sea." And in the last panel of the chapter, we see a picture of the seafloor where some mermaids are swimming with fishes and whales. And that is the end of the chapter. Break next week due to Japanese Golden Week. Full weekly Shonen Jump magazine will be on break, which is unfortunate. We're left off on a pretty good cliffhanger. What he means by, the whole world is going to sink into the sea, I don't know. People have been saying maybe because Imu, it has this power of Mother Flame or like agent weapons that she'll be able, or he, we know that Imu is a he, I'm pretty sure, will be able to, just wipe out the whole, maybe the Great Cleansing, like wipe out all of the land, all these people, and there will be nothing but water. I don't know, man. Yo, I can't wait to see the theories on this. I haven't really been in my theory bag because it's kind of getting hard. They're at the end of the series, because what is there really to theorize? I'll leave theories like this to the big dog. But I'm very interested to see, hear the rest of Vegapunk's message. We're getting gatekept by Shonen Weekly Jump themselves, or by a Golden Week itself. We're getting gatekept. And I'm pretty sure the chapter before this, that chapter was made before Oda went on his 3-week break. This chapter is something that was made after he went on this 3-week break. So the next chapter is about to be interesting. I wonder if we're about to get a flashback, start the Void Century flashback. Okay, that might be too many flashbacks for one arc, but I wouldn't mind it. I can't wait to see what happens. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below on, what Vegapunk is talking about and how y'all feel about the chapter. I feel like this is a pretty good chapter. People were saying that, it hasn't really been much progression. This chapter isn't good. Someone said that in the last video, and I'm just like, yo, are you crazy? The broadcast just started. What are you talking about? But that's it for me, man. Let me know y'all thoughts below.